We all feel it. That constant, quiet pressure. The sense that you're always moving forward, always leaving something behind. Right now, as you settle in, pause and ask yourself the strangest question: where is the past? It's not a place you can drive to. You can see its images, you can feel its echoes, but you can never step back inside the memory. The moment you finished reading the last sentence, it's already gone. Not gone badly, just gone. The universe took it. And where is the future? It's not a solid road rushing toward you. It's just a fog. A soft, white, empty potential that doesn't exist until your breath touches it. We feel trapped between these two powerful illusions, the ghost of yesterday and the dream of tomorrow. Tonight, we're going to use the deepest science of the cosmos to set you free. We're going to step away from your worries and onto the great, unseen river that carries everything. Because the mystery of why time only moves forward is the greatest, most profound permission to rest that you will ever find. Just let your mind drift. The journey begins now. Where are we right now? Not in a place, on a map, but in a moment. We spend so much time thinking about the hands on a clock, the digital numbers on a screen. We try to measure the day, to hold it, to schedule it, to manage it. But time for us, for a human being, is not a number. It is a feeling. It is a pure experience. Let's begin our journey tonight by finding that feeling. This one, singular moment, the now. It isn't loud. It doesn't rush at you. It doesn't demand your attention. In fact, it's the opposite. It is quiet. It waits for you. Just listen for a moment to the quiet. Listen under the noise. The air in the room has its own sound, a soft, still, empty presence. The world outside, with all its hurry, has faded far away. The lists and the voices and the worries, they have gone silent. There is only this gentle, spacious hush. This stillness, this is the sound of now. And what is the feel of now? It is the simple, physical truth of where you are, the steady contact, the gentle pressure of the bed rising up to meet you, the weight of the blanket resting upon you, a kind, steady presence, a quiet anchor holding you safe. It is the softness of the pillow beneath your head, the cool air brushing against your skin. It is the simple, undeniable, physical truth of your body at rest. This too is now, and in this stillness, there is a simple rhythm, a clock that is not on a wall. It is the rhythm of your own breathing. You don't have to create it, you just have to notice it. A slow, steady, quiet rise, and a long, soft, gentle fall. A living tide, pulling in and letting go. This is the metronome of your own personal present. This is the engine of your now. This collection of small, quiet sensations. This is the only moment that is truly real. This is the island, the sound of the still air, the feeling of the bedding, the steady, automatic rhythm of your breath. This is the tiny, safe, floating island of now. It is the only place we can ever truly be. All your worries live somewhere else. All your plans live somewhere else. You are here. And from this one, single, quiet point, we can begin to look out. We can let our minds drift. We can look back toward the shores we have already left behind, toward the great, silent, untouchable museum of yesterday. From our small, safe island of now. We can look back. We can see the shore we just left. We call it yesterday. We call it last year. We call it the past. What is this place? It feels so real, doesn't it? We can close our eyes and be there. We can remember a voice, a room, the warmth of a past summer. It feels like a country we could visit if we just had the right map. But we can't. We can never go back because the past is not a country. It is a museum, a private, silent museum built only inside your mind. The halls are very long. They stretch back as far as you can imagine. And in this museum, every memory is an exhibit, a painting hanging on the wall. Let's drift through these quiet halls. Here is a painting of a wonderful moment, a time of pure joy. You can see the colors. You can almost feel the warmth. You can stand and look at it, and a gentle echo of that feeling returns. A smile, a warmth in your chest. Here, in another wing, is a different kind of exhibit. A darker frame, a moment of sadness, or a faint regret, a word you wish you could take back. This, too, is part of the collection. You can look at it. You can trace its outline. But here is the most important rule of this museum. You can look. You can remember. You can feel the echo. But you can never step inside the painting. You can press your hand to the glass, but you can never break it. You can never go back into that moment. The painting is just a painting. The memory is just a record of the feeling, not the feeling itself. It is a ghost, a retelling, a beautiful or sad or simple story that you tell yourself. And we can feel in our bones that we are always moving away from this museum. Our raft of no is always floating gently further down the river. We are always adding new paintings to the walls, but we are never, ever turning around. We are never sailing back to those shores. The museum grows larger behind us, but we are always facing forward. Facing forward. Into what? What is this space we are always drifting toward? If the past is a museum, what is the fog that waits for us? Just up ahead, we drift away from the museum of yesterday with all its frozen paintings. We leave it on the shore. Our raft, our tiny island of now, is always facing the other direction. It is facing tomorrow. What is this tomorrow? We often feel it as a wall rushing toward us, or a path we are forced to walk. We feel its weight, its pressure. It is the home of what if and I must. It is the source of our hurry, our lists, our plans, our worries. But let's look at it, really look at it, from this calm, safe place. It is not a wall. It is not a path. It is a fog, a soft, white, silent fog. It is perfectly still. It has no shape. It has no substance. It is pure, empty, formless potential. You can try to see into it. You can try to guess what shapes will form. You can imagine monsters in the mist, or you can imagine treasure. But it is only your imagination. The fog itself is empty. It is neutral. It is simply potential. It is an unpainted canvas, a blank, white, endless space. The future does not exist until our tiny raft of now bumps into it. The moment our now touches the fog, that is the moment the canvas gets a single stroke of paint. That is the moment a shape forms. And in that very same instant, that new painting is finished, and it is hung on the walls of the museum behind us. This is the process. The no touches the fog, and instantly creates the past. And we are always, always, always moving toward it. This is the great mystery of our personal time. We cannot stop. We cannot slow down. We cannot turn back to the museum. We cannot pause in the fog. We are only ever on this moving point of no. Why? Why this relentless one-way journey? Why this constant forward motion from the known to the unknown? This sense of movement. What is it? So this is our experience. This is what it feels like to be in time. We are on a raft. A small, simple, steady raft. It is just big enough for us in this one single moment. Behind us, we can see the banks of a long, winding river. The banks are lined with the exhibits of our past, the museum of yesterday. We can look, we can remember, we can see the shore as it slowly recodes and softens with distance. But we are too far out. We can never, ever go back. In front of us, there is only the fog, a thick, white, silent mist that covers the river ahead. We cannot see what is coming. We cannot see the shape of the river. We know only that we are moving toward it. We are adrift on a slow, wide, unseen river. You are the passenger. You are not the navigator. You have no paddles to speed up. You have no rudder to steer. You have no anchor to stop. You can only do one thing. You can drift. This feeling is not just your feeling. It is the human feeling. It is the most shared, universal, and unspoken truth of our lives. We are all, every one of us, on our own raft, on the same river, moving in the same direction. From the moment we are born to the moment we rest, we are flowing. But is this river real? Is this just a story we tell ourselves? Is it just a feeling inside our heads, a trick of the mind that built the museum and imagined the fog? Or is this river something more? Is this flow, this one-way journey, a law of the universe? Does the planet beneath us also feel it? Do the stars? Does the cosmos itself also have a past and a future? Is there a great cosmic clock that agrees with our small, quiet breath? Let us pull our gaze up, away from our raft, and look at the silent metronomes of the universe. Let us listen for a clock that is not inside our minds. We don't have to look far. The first one is all around us. It is the simple, gentle fact of the dark. We live our lives by it. We feel the day's light fade from the sky. The bright, sharp blue softens to orange, then to purple, then to a deep, velvety black. The room you are in, it is dark now. The world outside has grown quiet. This change, this reliable shift from light to shadow, is a feeling. It's a signal deep in our bones that it is time to rest. But what is this? Where did the sun go? It didn't go anywhere. We did. Let your mind drift, just for a moment. Pull your awareness up, away from the room. Float up through the ceiling, past the clouds, higher and higher, until you are floating in the vast, silent stillness of space. Look down. There it is. Our home. Not a country, not a town. A single, spinning stone. A beautiful, silent sphere of blue and white and brown, hanging in the blackness. This is the oldest clock. It is not made of gears or numbers. It is simply this vast, slow, steady turn. Our planet is spinning. A graceful, constant, silent pirouette. One half is bathed in the brilliant, blazing light of the sun. The other half is turned away, resting in the cool, quiet shadow. And you are in that shadow now. You are on the night side of this great, spinning stone. This turn is the first clock. It gives us our day. It gives us our night. It is a rhythm so profound, so ancient, that every living thing on this planet is tuned to it. Our bodies have learned this rhythm. Our need for sleep, our cycle of waking and resting, is just our body's way of telling this ancient, planetary time. And this great clock, it too has a direction. It only spins one way. It never stops. It never reverses. It just turns, always forward, carrying us from one sunrise to the next. This is the first cog in the great clock, a rhythm of our world. But this spinning stone is not standing still. It is on an even larger journey, a slower, wider, grander loop. Let's stay here, floating in the quiet, empty dark. We see our spinning stone, our home, turning so gracefully. But let's pull our view back even further. We see the sun, that brilliant, steady star, and we see that our spinning stone is not just turning. It is on a journey, a long, slow, massive journey around that sun. It is a vast, invisible path, a loop, a slow, steady 365-day orbit. This journey is so vast, we cannot feel the speed. We cannot feel the motion. We are carried, weightless, through the void. But we do feel the journey. We feel it in our bones. We feel it as the seasons. This great, slow loop is the second clock. It is the clock that gives us our year. As our world travels along this path, it sometimes tilts us gently toward the sun and sometimes tilts us gently away. When we are tilted away, we feel the journey as winter. The air grows sharp and clean. The light is thin and low. The world seems to hold its breath, to pause, to rest. The nights are long and deep. Then, as we continue on our path, we begin to turn back. We feel it as spring, a change in the air, a new, soft warmth, the feeling of something waking up, the scent of damp earth and new leaves. We keep moving. We are carried into the full warmth of summer. The light is bright and strong. The days are long and full. The world is alive, breathing in the light. And still, we move. The journey carries us on. We feel it as autumn, a gentle cooling, a letting go. The light grows golden, the shadows grow long again. The world prepares, once more, for the quiet rest. This cycle, this rhythm, this is not just weather. This is time. This is a clock. It is the great, slow turning of the year. It is the second, larger cog in the great clock of our world. And like the spinning of the day and night, this journey, too, has a direction. We are always moving forward. We are always drifting into the next season. We never go back. Spring never flows into winter. Summer never retreats into spring. The loop is a one-way path. We are always carried forward from one year to the next. The spinning stone and the orbital journey. Our world agrees with our bodies. Time moves forward. But what about out there? What about the clocks beyond our small, familiar home? What do the farthest, most distant lights in the sky say? Let's look deeper. Past our sun, past our neighboring planets, out into the great, black, wonderful void. The universe is full of clocks. Silent, strange, and powerful metronomes. Imagine, far away, a star that has lived its life. a sun that has collapsed under its own immense weight. It is now a thing of pure wonder. It is heavier than our entire sun, but crushed into a space no bigger than a single city. And this incredible, dense object, it spins. It spins with a speed that is hard to imagine. Hundreds of times every single second. A perfect, rapid, rhythmic turn. And as it spins, it shoots a beam of light out into the cosmos like a lighthouse in the deep, dark ocean of space. From our home, we can't see the star, but we can hear its light. With our instruments, we hear that beam as it sweeps past us. Tick, tick, tick. A pulse. A cosmic heartbeat, more precise, more reliable than any clock we have ever built on Earth. It is a perfect, celestial metronome. And it, too, only ticks forward. Its spin is slowly, almost imperceptibly, winding down. But it is never, ever speeding up. It is never reversing. And then there is the greatest clock of all. It is the light itself. The light from our own sun takes 8 minutes to reach us. If the sun vanished, we wouldn't know for 8 minutes. That light is a clock, telling us the past of 8 minutes ago, the light from the next nearest star. It takes 4 years to get here. The light from the nearest galaxy, that beautiful, faint smudge of light in the night sky. That light, that ancient, tired light, has been traveling for over 2 million years to reach your eye. This is the most profound part. When you look up at the night sky, you are not seeing now. You are a time traveler. You are looking into the past. You are seeing that galaxy as it was 2 million years ago, before any human city was ever built. The universe shows us its past. It freezes it in light, but the universe itself, it only moves one way. It only creates a future. So let's bring it all together. Let's feel the full, grand, powerful agreement. We started with the clock that is closest to you. The small, warm, intimate clock. The simple, steady, quiet rhythm of your own breath, in and out, always moving forward into the next moment. We looked at the first great clock of our world, the spinning stone. This vast, beautiful planet, turning and turning, bringing the gentle dark of the night and the soft light of the morning. Always turning in one direction, always forward. We looked at the second great clock, the orbital journey, our world on its long, slow, looping path around the sun, the steady, reliable march of the seasons, from winter into spring, from summer into autumn, always, always forward. We looked to the deep cosmos, to the remnants of dead stars, spinning with perfect, mechanical precision, a cosmic heartbeat, ticking, ticking, forward. And we looked to the light itself, the ancient traveling light, journeying for millions, even billions of years, away from its source, toward us, a one-way, irreversible journey forward. Every clock we can find, from the pulse in your own body, to the turning of the planet, to the light from the edge of the universe, they all agree. There is a universal consensus, a grand, silent cosmic agreement. The river is real. This feeling we have of being on a raft, of drifting. It is not just a feeling. It is not a trick of the mind. It is the most fundamental, observable, and inescapable truth of the universe. The entire cosmos is the river, and this This solidifies the great mystery. It is no longer a small, personal question. It is the biggest question we can ask. Why? Why this universal, one-way street? If the river is real and the whole cosmos is floating on it, what set it in motion? And what great, unseen law says it can only flow one way? The river is real. The cosmos agrees. But why does it only flow one way? The answer, the first clue, is not in the stars. It's in the earth. It's in the very idea of a record. The past is not just a memory in our minds. It is not just a painting in the museum. The past leaves traces. It leaves shadows. It leaves footprints in the stone. Imagine a stretch of ancient mud, soft and wet, billions of years ago. A huge, heavy creature walks across it, in a world we can barely imagine. It leaves a deep, clear footprint. A single moment, an impression. Then the sun hardens that mud. The eons pass. That mud is pressed and turned slowly into solid rock, and today we can find it. We can place a hand into the shape of that foot. That is a fossil. It is not the creature. The creature is long, long gone. It is not the moment. That moment passed in a flash. It is a record. It is a physical, tangible echo of something that was. The past has left a scar on the present. The world is full of these. A crack in a teacup is a record of the moment it was dropped. The rings inside a tree are a record of all the summers and winters it has known. A scar on your skin is a record of a time you fell, a moment of healing. Your own body is a record. The way you speak, the lines on your face, they are all traces left behind by a past that has already happened. The river of time, as it flows, leaves a wake. It leaves evidence. This is a profound clue, because we are surrounded, absolutely surrounded, by records of the past. Fossils, scars, memories, rings in a tree. But we have never, in the history of the universe, found a record of the future. There are no fossils from tomorrow. There are no rings in the tree for next summer. There are no scars from falls that have not yet happened. The river only leaves a wake behind it. It never leaves one in front of it. This is the great, strange one-way door. The past is recorded, but the future is not. This suggests that the forward motion of time is linked to events, to things that happen. And some events, it seems, can only happen one way. Let's think about a simple, everyday event. A moment that, like the fossil, can only be created, not uncreated. Let's think about a glass and the simple act of falling. Let's explore this idea. This one-way street. Forget the fossil for a moment. Forget the stars. Just picture something simple. Something in your own home. Imagine a glass. A clear, simple, water glass sitting on the edge of a wooden table. It is a thing of order. It has a shape, a form. It is a single, whole, complex thing it is. Together. Now, imagine a small, accidental bump. The glass tips, it slides, and it falls. We can all see this in our minds. We can feel that lurch in our stomach, that, oh no, as it tips. We can see it falling through the air, and we can hear the sound, the sharp, sudden, final sound as it hits the floor. Shatter. It is no longer a glass. It is now something else. It is 1,000 pieces. A spray of sharp, glinting, scattered shards. It is a mess. It is a record of the moment it fell. The simple, orderly glass is gone. in its place is a complex, chaotic mess. We know this process. We have seen it. It makes perfect, intuitive sense to us. The glass falls. The glass breaks. But now, and this is the key, try to imagine the reverse. Really try. Picture the floor. Picture the 1,000 scattered pieces. And now, imagine unshattering. Imagine the shards suddenly jumping up from the floor. Imagine them flying through the air, back toward each other. Imagine them clicking together perfectly, like a magical puzzle, forming the rim, reforming the base, until with a soft whump, a single, perfect, whole glass lands back on the table, not a crack on it. We can't, can we? It feels wrong. It feels like a movie running backward. It feels like a fairy tale. It feels impossible. We have never seen this. We have seen a million things break. We have never, not once, seen a complex thing spontaneously assemble itself from its broken parts. This simple, everyday observation. This is the heart of the mystery. This is the clue. The universe. It seems to have a preference. It seems to love shattering. It loves to take an orderly, whole thing and turn it into a scattered, messy, broken thing. But it does not seem to love assembling. The river of time, it seems, only flows in the direction of the shatter. It only flows away from whole. Why? Why is broken the preferred direction? Let's try one more image, a gentler one. Let's think about a single, perfect drop of ink and a clear glass of water. Let's try a gentler image, one without the sharp, sudden sound of breaking. Picture a tall, clear glass full of pure, still water. It is perfectly silent, perfectly clear. It is a space of potential, waiting. And now, from just above, imagine a single, perfect drop of dark, black ink. For just a moment, as it falls, it is a perfect sphere. It is order. It is concentrated. All of its color, all of its ink-ness is gathered into one tiny, self-contained, perfect ball. It is separate from the water. It is simple. Then it touches the surface. A tiny dimple, and the great one-way journey begins. It does not stay a sphere. It does not fall to the bottom like a stone. The moment it touches the water, it begins to unfold. It bleeds. It blossoms. You can see it. Watch it in your mind. Little threads, like dark, fine silk, reaching out into the clear. Ghostly, smoky clouds unfurling from the center, like a flower opening in fast motion. It is a slow, silent, beautiful dance of letting go. The dark, heavy center begins to dissolve, spreading itself outward. The sharp, clean line that separated water begins to blur. It softens. It fades. First, it is a dark, churning cloud. Then it is a spreading stain, a beautiful, complex storm in a glass. The dark tendrils reach for every corner, seeking out the clear places. The water, in turn, moves into the ink. They are mixing. They are sharing. The ink is giving itself to the water, and the water is accepting it. The ink is relaxing, spreading out from its tense, concentrated state into a state of wide, open balance. Let's pause and reflect on these images. The shattered glass, the ink in the water, they tell the same simple, one-way story. In both cases, we started with something orderly, a whole glass, a single drop. These are states of simplicity, of form, of concentration. And in both cases, we ended with something messy, a pile, of shards, a cloud of gray water. These are states of complexity, of formlessness, of being spread out. The journey from order to disorder, from simple to messy. And this journey, it only goes one way. We know this in our bones. We have never seen the shards leap up. We have never seen the ink gather itself. The universe does not seem to run the movie in reverse. But why? This is the gentle, philosophical question. Is this a rule? Like gravity. Gravity is a force. It pulls things. It makes the glass fall. But what force stops the shards from unshattering? What law prevents the ink from gathering? This is the strange part. When we look at the tiniest, most microscopic laws of the universe, there is no law. There is no force. It is not, technically, impossible for all the broken shards to just happen to fly up in the exact right direction, at the exact right speed, and re-form a perfect glass. It is not impossible for all the trillions of ink molecules, all scattered in the water, to just happen to wander back, all at the same moment, into a single, perfect sphere. It's just so unlikely, infinitely unlikely. So unlikely that the universe would have to wait for trillions of times the age it has already lived for it to maybe happen just once. So the arrow of time is not a force. It is not a thou shalt not. It is a tendency, a powerful, overwhelming drift. The universe is not being pushed into messiness. It is relaxing into it. It is like a deck of cards. It is easy to shuffle a new, ordered deck into a random, messy state. It is almost impossible to shuffle a messy deck back into perfect order. So, this is the heart of the mystery. The universe moves from simple, orderly states to complex, messy states. Why is messy the preferred direction? Why is that the path of least resistance? What is it about disorder that the universe finds so inevitable? Why? Why is messy the preferred direction? Why this inevitable drift from the simple to the complex? The answer is beautiful and surprisingly simple. The universe doesn't prefer messy. It's not a choice. It's not an active force. It's just that there are so many more ways to be messy than there are to be orderly. Let's go back to that simple room. Forget the cosmos. Just think of one quiet room. Imagine it is perfectly clean. What does that mean? It means every single thing is in its one specific, correct place. That one book is on the second shelf, in the third slot. That pillow is at the exact center of the head of the bed. That cup is on its coaster. There is only one way for the room to be perfectly clean. A single, specific, highly ordered arrangement. Now, imagine the room is messy. What does that mean? Well, what doesn't it mean? The book, it is not in its own spot. That's all. So where is it? It could be on the floor. It could be on the nightstand. It could be under the bed. It could be on the chair. It could be open on the desk. There are not one, but hundreds of places for the book to be that all count as messy. And the pillow. It could be on the floor, at the foot of the bed, on the chair, anywhere but its one perfect spot, the cup, anywhere but the coaster, for the room to be clean. Every single one of the 1,000 items in it must be in its one correct place. For the room to be messy, any one of those 1,000 items can be in any of 1,000,000 other places. The number of possible messy. Arrangements is not just large, it is astronomical. Billions upon billions upon billions of ways to be messy, and only one way to be perfectly, spotlessly clean. So, the universe. It isn't pushing things toward messy. It's just stumbling into it, the shattered glass. There is one way for it to be a whole glass. There are trillions of ways for its shards to be scattered on the floor, the ink. One way to be a drop, countless ways to be mixed with the water. The universe, left to itself, will simply, randomly, and inevitably find itself in the state that has the most options. The path of least resistance is just the path with the most possibilities. The river of time flows in this direction, not because it's being forced, but because it's relaxing into the easiest, most probable, most common state. It is a great, cosmic smoothing. So, this messiness we've been exploring, it's a misleading word. It sounds violent or chaotic or negative. It sounds like decay, but it is not. When we look at the ink or the shattered glass, we are seeing a letting go. We are seeing a release. Let's use a different, gentler sense. Let's think about temperature. Imagine a hot cup of tea steaming on a table in the middle of a large, cool room. That cup of tea, it is a place of order. It is a concentration. It is a little pocket of high, intense, gathered energy. The heat is all right there, in that small, ceramic cup. The room around it, it is cool. Its energy is spread out, diffuse, gentle. What happens next? We all know. The cup of tea does not stay hot forever. But why? The heat, it shares itself. The cup gives its warmth to the cool air. The heat doesn't want to be held in. It relaxes. It spreads out. It flows gently from the place where it is concentrated to the places where it is spread out. The heat from the cup unclenches. It bleeds into the air. The cool air accepts it. And slowly, the cup of tea gets cooler, and the air in the room, just a tiny, imperceptible bit, gets warmer. This continues, this gentle sharing, this smoothing until what? Until they are the same. Until the cup and the tea and the air in the room are all one, single, uniform, lukewarm temperature. There is no hot spot. There is no cold spot. There is only balance. This is the state of maximum messiness. It is not chaos. It is peace. It is a state of perfect, gentle uniformity. And this too is a one-way street. We know this. We have never, ever seen a lukewarm cup of tea in a lukewarm room suddenly steal the warmth from the air and become piping hot all by itself. The flow is only one way, from concentrated to spread out. This great cosmic smoothing, this is the journey. The universe is not falling apart. It is balancing. It is trying to find this ultimate, gentle peace. This is the flow. And this flow of energy, this one-way journey from hot to cold. This is the current for our river, this great cosmic smoothing. This sharing of energy, it is not a quiet, passive thing. It is the most powerful force in the universe. It is the engine of the universe. Think of energy, all the energy in the cosmos. Think of it as water. And this water is always flowing downhill. Energy, like water, must move. It cannot stay in one place. If there is a lower place for it to go, it must flow from a place where it is high and concentrated, to a place where it is low and spread out. The universe is a vast, cosmic landscape full of energetic mountains and deep, quiet valleys. So, what is the greatest mountain in our world? What is the highest, most concentrated spring of energy we know? It is the sun. Our sun is a place of unimaginable order. It is a blazing, white, hot, furious concentration of power. It is a fountain of energy, gathered up, held in, and perfectly orderly. It is a high place. And what is the low place? What is the great, deep, empty valley? It is the cold, silent, endless black of empty space. Space is the low ground. It is the place where energy can finally spread out, where it can find that lukewarm, uniform balance. And so, the water must flow. The sun cannot hold its energy back. It pours itself out into the void. A constant, relentless, golden river of light and heat. 8 million tons of itself, every single second, rushing away from its own fiery, orderly center, seeking the cold, quiet, spread out balance of the cosmos. This flow, this is not just a side effect. This flow is the current. This is the river. This is the great, powerful, one-way push that moves everything. This grand, cosmic unfolding of energy, from the hot star to the cold space, from the concentrated to the spread out. This is what digs the channel for our river of time. This is what gives time its direction. The shattering of the glass, the mixing of the ink, the cooling of the tea, our own lives. These are just tiny, tiny little whirlpools caught in this one great cosmic current. So now we have a name for the river. We have a reason for its flow. It is the great smoothing. It is the unfolding of energy. And this river, this arrow, it points in only one direction. So we have our answer. We asked why. Why does the river only flow one way? Why is our raft of now always drifting forward, never back? Why is the museum of the past forever untouchable? We looked for clues, and we found them, not just in the stars, but in the simplest things. We found the answer in the shattered glass. We found it in the drop of ink blossoming in the water. We found it in the hot cup of tea, patiently sharing its warmth with the cool room. All of these small, simple parables, they are all telling the exact same story. The universe, our entire, vast, magnificent cosmos, is on a one-way journey. It is a journey from order to disorder. It is a journey from concentrated to spread out. It is a journey from simple to messy. It is a journey from a hot, tense, wound up state to a cool, relaxed, unwound state. This process, this great cosmic smoothing, this is the river. This universal, irreversible, one-way unfolding is time. Scientists have a name for this. They call it the arrow of time. It is an arrow because it points in only one direction. It is the direction of the shattering. It is the direction of the mixing. It is the direction of the cooling. The reason we are on a raft, moving forward, is because we are part of this unfolding. We are in the current. Time does not cause the glass to break. The breaking of the glass is time. Time does not cause the tea to cool. The cooling of the tea is time. The forward direction, the thing we feel as the future. It is nothing more than the direction of release. It is the direction of the unclenching. our entire universe is letting out a single, long, slow, cosmic sigh. A breath it has been holding for billions of years. And forward is simply the direction of that exhale. This is the great, powerful, and gentle law that guides our raft, the arrow of time. But this, of course, leads to an even deeper, more wondrous question. If the universe is a clock that is unwinding, if it is a cup of tea that is cooling, if it is a great breath being let out, then it must have been, at some point, wound up. It must have been, at some point, hot. It must have been, at some point, holding its breath. Where did this great unfolding begin? What was the moment before the sigh? This arrow, this great cosmic sigh, it points away from something. A journey must have a starting point. A river must have a source. This is the logical and wondrous next step in our journey. If the universe is unfolding, it must have been folded. If it is smoothing, it must have been tense. We know this instinctively. When you find a lukewarm cup of tea, you know, with absolute certainty, that it was once hot. You know it didn't start lukewarm. The heat, that pocket of concentrated, orderly energy, had to be there first, at the beginning of the story. The cooling is just the middle of the story. When you see a shattered glass on the floor, you know, without a shadow of a doubt, that it was once a whole glass. The whole state preceded the shattered state. The shatter is the result of the whole, not the other way around. When you walk into a messy room, you know it is drifting away from a clean state. The clean state is the starting point. The messy state is the journey. And so, our universe, this vast, complex, unfolding cosmos, moving ever forward with the arrow of time. It is the lukewarm tea. It is the shattered glass. It is the messy room. It is a great, cosmic clock that is unwinding. We can hear the gears turning. We can see the spring relaxing. We are living inside the slow, steady, irreversible tick, tick, tick of this clock as it spends its stored energy. And this one, simple logical fact, implies the most profound thing of all. If the clock is unwinding, it must have been at some point wound. There must have been a moment, at the very, very beginning, when the spring was tight, when all the energy was coiled, when the entire universe was in a state of unimaginable order, a state before the sigh, a state before the great breath was exhaled, a state of perfect, tiny, tense, incredible cleanliness. This is not a guess. This is the logical demand of the river itself. The river must have a source, so the arrow of time forces us to look back past the stars, back past the galaxies, back past the first cooling cup, to the moment before it was hot. What was it? What was this wound up clock? What did this perfect, orderly, original something look like? Let us drift back. Let your mind float on the river of time, but in reverse. Let us, just for this moment, imagine we can paddle back. We float back past the oldest human memories, back past the footprint in the stone, back past the birth of our own spinning planet. We drift back past the moment the first stars ignited, those first hot cups of tea in the cold, dark room, back past the first light. We drift back to a time before time, a moment before the river itself began to flow. What do we see? not blackness, not emptiness. We see the source, we see the wound up clock. We see the great cosmic breath held in. Let's return to our gentlest image. The ink in the water. We saw the ink as it spread. We saw it as it mixed. We saw it as it unfolded into a great, gray, balanced cloud. That is the universe we know now. But here, at the very beginning, we see something else. We see the drop. Imagine everything. All of it. Every star you have ever seen. Every galaxy, every wisp of dust. Every planet, every grain of sand. Every living thing. Every thought, every dream. Every feeling you have ever had. All of its energy, all of its potential, is gathered together. It is all coiled up. It is all held in a single, perfect, tiny, and unimaginably orderly state. It is the original drop of ink. It is not in the water. It is the water. It is everything. It is all of reality, compressed into a state of such perfect, simple, concentrated order that messy does not even exist. It is the ultimate clean room. It is the ultimate whole glass. It is the single, perfect, flawless beginning. It is all the energy of the cosmos, held in a space so small it is not a space at all. A single point of perfect, terrible, beautiful balance. This is the source of the river. This is the wound upspring. This is the great, silent, held breath. And then, in a moment that is not a moment, in a before that created after, this perfect, orderly state was placed into the water of reality. The great unfolding, the sigh, was about to begin. That perfect, tiny, orderly state, that wound up clock, that silent, held breath. It could not last. A state of such perfect, concentrated energy is a state of perfect tension. And tension in the universe must eventually release. So it began. It was not an explosion as we imagine one. An explosion is a violent, messy event inside a space. It shatters a room. But this was the room itself being born. This was space itself unfurling. Imagine a fern frond coiled up into a perfect, tight, tiny spiral. A thing of pure. And then, imagine it beginning to open. The first, slow, graceful, silent uncurling. A movement, a blossoming, an expansion. This was the beginning. The universe, space itself, began to stretch. It began to grow. It was not expanding into anything. It was the into. This great, grand, silent opening. This was the ink touching the water. This was the start of the great smoothing. This was the moment the arrow was fired. The concentrated, orderly, perfect energy of that first drop was finally given room to move. It was finally allowed to begin its long, slow, irreversible journey toward messy. The hot, tense state began to cool. It began to spread out. It began to share itself with the new, fresh, empty space it was creating. This unfolding. This was the creation of time. Before this moment, time had no meaning. Forward and backward were not words. Because nothing was happening. Nothing was unfolding. The clock was wound, but it was not ticking. The river was at its source, but it was not flowing. The great unfurling is the start of the river. The arrow of time was born in this instant. It was not a law that existed before. It was the result of this process. The arrow was forged, and it pointed in one direction, and one direction only. It pointed away, forward. was now a real thing. It was simply the direction away from that perfect, ancient, impossibly orderly beginning. It was the only direction the cosmos could go, because to go backward would be to recoil the fern. It would be to unmix the ink. It would end that. That is the one thing the river cannot do, and so the arrow was fired. The great unfolding began, and in that first, generative moment, the direction forward was born. It wasn't a choice. It wasn't one of two options. It was the only path available. Forward is simply the name we give to the direction away from that perfect, ancient, impossibly orderly beginning. It is the name we give to the process of unfolding. It is the direction of the fern as it uncurls. It is the path of the ink as it mixes. The universe, that tiny perfect drop, found itself in a vast, new, open space. A space with trillions of ways to be messy, and only one way to be orderly. The journey forward was simply the journey into possibility. It was the universe relaxing, stumbling, and drifting into the state that had the most options. So, what would backward mean? Let's truly, deeply contemplate this. To go backward in time is not just to rewind a movie. It would mean the physical reversal of the great smoothing. It would mean that the lukewarm cup of tea, resting in the cool room, would suddenly, all on its own, regather the heat from the air. It would mean the room growing colder and the cup, all by itself, becoming piping hot. It would mean that the great, uniform, gray cloud of ink, perfectly mixed in the glass of water, would suddenly unmix. All the trillions of scattered particles would, by pure chance, decide to move. Together, they would separate themselves from the water, pulling back, until they formed a single, perfect, dark drop. Leaving the water crystal clear, it would mean the 1,000 shards of shattered glass hearing a call. It would mean them leaping from the floor, mending their own edges, clicking together in the air, and landing, whole and perfect, back on the table. It would mean every spread out, scattered galaxy reversing its flight. It would mean all the light, all the heat, all the energy of the cosmos, willingly flowing back from the cold, empty valleys, uphill, to reform the great, hot mountain. It would mean the entire universe, holding its breath again. This is not something the universe forgets to do. It is something it cannot do. The river was born from a spring at the very top of the highest mountain. The river simply cannot flow uphill to its source. The arrow of time is a one-way street, because forward is the only direction there is. It is the name we give to downhill. But this creates a beautiful, wondrous paradox. If the entire universe, if the great cosmic river, is on a relentless, irreversible journey toward messy, then what are you? What is life? Think about it. Think about the person lying here, listening. Think about your own body. It is not a pile of scattered shards. It is not a uniform, gray cloud. You are a structure. You are a walking, talking, thinking, breathing system of the most immaculate and breathtaking order. You are trillions of cells, all working together in perfect, complex harmony. You are a heart, beating a steady rhythm. You are a mind capable of forming a thought, a memory, a dream. You are the single most orderly, complex, and unmessy thing we know of. You are not a messy room. You are a one. So how can this be? How can you exist? How can a tree grow? How can a flower blossom? How can these beautiful, perfect, orderly things exist at all in a universe that is trying to unfold into messiness? Let's go back to our messy room. The room, left to itself, will always drift toward messy. That is the law. But you are in the room. You can decide to create order. You can walk over to that messy desk. You can pick up the scattered papers and put them in a neat pile. You can take the books from the floor and stack them perfectly on the shelf. You can straighten the pillow. You can tidy a corner in the middle of the great, messy room of the cosmos. You can build a small, beautiful, clean space, a pocket of low entropy, a place of tidy. This is life. A tree is a tidy corner. A flower is a tidy corner. You are a tidy corner, a temporary, beautiful, and wondrous structure of order. But, and this is the most important part, what did it cost you? To tidy that desk, you had to move. You had to think. You had to expend energy. And in doing so, you burned calories. You breathed out hot, messy, disorderly air. You kicked up a little cloud of dust. Your own body got a little bit more tired, a little less orderly. This is the cosmic bargain. The universe will let you build your tidy corner, but you have to pay for it. And the price is that you must make the rest of the universe even messier. So, we are not breaking the law of the universe. We are just using it. It is easy to imagine that life is fighting the river. That life is a great, stubborn dam, trying to hold back the water, trying to stop the flow of time toward messy. But this is not true. Life is not a dam. Life is not a wall. Life is a surfer. A surfer does not try to stop the ocean. A surfer does not fight the wave. A surfer uses the wave. They see the great, powerful, oncoming rush of energy, and they tap into it. They use the wave's own power to have a beautiful, complex, and graceful ride. This is us. We are surfers on the great river of time. We are riding the wave of the great unfolding. How? We borrow the flow. We do not create our own order from nothing. We pull in orderly energy that is already there. Think of a plant. It turns its leaves to the sun. It is drinking directly from that great, orderly mountain of energy. It takes that pure, concentrated sunlight and uses it. We do the same. We eat the plant, or we eat something that ate the plant. We are all borrowing the sun's order. We are taking in concentrated, tidy energy. And what do we do with it? We use it to build our tidy corner. We use that borrowed, orderly energy to create our own order, to beat our hearts, to think our thoughts, to dream our dreams, to build, for a short, beautiful time, this complex, wonderful, messy thing called you. But the wave must pass. The energy cannot be kept. We borrow the order, and then we must release it. And when we release it, we pay the tax. We release it as messy energy. We breathe out warm, disordered air. Our bodies give off heat, that lukewarm, smoothing. We exhale disorder. Here is the most beautiful part. A plant, turning sunlight into a leaf, is actually a faster and more clever way for the sun's energy to spread out. Life is a channel. life accelerates the great smoothing. We are not fighting the river. We are the river's most beautiful, complex, and creative expression. We are the most wonderful, intricate eddies that the river has ever formed. We are the universe's way of getting messy in style. And what is this eddy? What is this, this temporary, beautiful swirl made of? Your body, right now, as you lie here, is a quiet, breathing testament to this process. You are not a static thing, like a stone or a piece of furniture. A stone can just be for 1,000,000 years and not change. It is in balance. You are not like that. You are a process. You are a soft, flowing, continuous activity. You are, in the most gentle way, a fire. This very moment, as you rest, trillions of tiny, living parts of you are at work. They are not sleeping. They are busy. They are constantly tidying. They are mending the tiny walls of your cells. They are carrying fuel from one place to another. They are replacing worn-out parts. They are cleaning out the dust and waste. They are communicating with each other in a language of pure chemistry. They are in a constant, beautiful, complex state of self-repair. This relentless, internal, quiet effort, this is what we call being alive. It is the act of maintaining your tidy corner. It is a constant, steady, graceful act of creation. You are not a thing. You are a pattern being rewoven moment by moment by moment. And this work, this ceaseless, internal tidying, it is not free. It requires a tremendous amount of energy. It is fueled by the orderly, concentrated energy you borrowed from the sun, the food you ate. Your cells are burning that orderly fuel. They are spending that energy right now just to be, just to keep the beautiful, complex pattern from unfolding. You know this feeling in your conscious mind, the desire to be productive, the need to do, to build, to create order in your world. That feeling, it is just the outward, waking echo of the vast, silent, unconscious work that your body is always doing. You feel the need to be productive because you are productivity. You are a living, breathing system of order, and here is the price, the cosmic bargain. As your body burns that tidy fuel to maintain its tidy self, it must release messy energy. And it does. The simple, gentle, constant warmth of your own body, the heat radiating from your skin into the cool night air. That is the price. That is the tax. That is your body paying its debt to the cosmos. You are a beautiful, temporary, warm island of order. And to be that, you must make the universe just a little bit messier. Simply by being warm, you are a swirl in the river, a beautiful, complex eddy. So, what is this? This tidy corner? This warm, living, breathing process of order. It is an eddy, that's all. A beautiful, complex, and temporary eddy in the great, wide river of time. Have you ever watched a river flow? Watched it rush past a smooth stone? The water swirls behind it. For a moment, a beautiful spinning, stable pattern appears. A whirlpool, an eddy. It is a place where the water seems to pause, to dance, to turn back on itself. It holds its shape for a moment. But the eddy is not separate from the river. It is not fighting the river. It is the river itself, expressing its own flow in a new, more complex, and wonderful way. It only exists because the river is flowing. If the river stopped, the eddy would vanish in an instant. The eddy is the flow. You are that eddy. You are not fighting the great cosmic unfolding. You are not a wall standing against the universe. You are a product of the flow. You are a natural, beautiful, swirling pattern that has emerged for a short, precious time. As the great river of energy rushes by, this very mind that is listening, this is the swirl, this consciousness, this is the complex, intricate, beautiful pattern of the water, dancing with itself, that feeling you have, the need to be productive, the desire to build, to think, to create order. That is not a burden. That is not you fighting the universe. That is the energy of the swirl. It is the physics of the eddy happening inside you. It is the river's own power manifesting as thought, as life, as purpose. You are not in the river struggling. You are the river swirling. And, like all eddies, the pattern is temporary. The water must eventually rejoin the main flow. The swirl holds, and then it releases. It smooths out. It lets go. It becomes the simple, wide, quiet river once more. This is the beauty of it. You are a momentary, spectacular, and completely natural expression of the universe's grand, unfolding journey. You are not a mistake in the messiness. You are the messiness becoming self-aware. Just for a little while, you are the river, looking at itself. But this river, this flow, we've been treating it as a simple, single, universal thing. Is it? Is the no on your raft the same as the no on every other raft? In every other corner of the cosmos? The answer is stranger and more wonderful than you can imagine. We feel this river of time. We feel our own tiny, safe raft of now. It feels so absolute. The no in your room. The no in the next town. The no in the country across the sea. We imagine it's all the same now. We imagine the entire universe is sharing this one single, simultaneous moment. That no is a vast, invisible sheet of glass where everything is happening all at once. But is it? Let's test this feeling. Let's gently push on it. Imagine a friend not in the next room but on Mars, a still, red, quiet world. Imagine they are standing on the sand and they wave at you. They are waving. No. But that light, the image of them waving, it is not instant. It has to travel through the cold, empty space. It takes minutes, 10, maybe 20, depending on the day. By the time their no reaches you, by the time you see the wave, your friend is already 20 minutes into their future. They are no, doing something else. Their no has moved on. Your no and their no are already out of sync. The now on Mars and the now on Earth are two different, slightly disconnected local moments. Now, let's go further. Let's really stretch the idea. Imagine that friend is on a planet orbiting a star so far away. It's just a tiny, faint speck of light in our sky. A planet 100 light years away. And you are here on your raft. You close your eyes and you think of them. You wonder, what are they doing right now? But what does right now mean? If they were to turn on a giant lamp and point it at Earth right now, that light would not reach you for 100 years. When that light finally arrived, after its long, lonely journey, the no you were living in and the no they were living in would be long, long gone, hung in the museum of the past for a century. There is no universal now. No is not a sheet of glass. It is a bubble. A small, local bubble of reality that surrounds you. And your bubble is not touching their bubble. There is no single now that covers the whole cosmos. There is only your now and their now. Billions of tiny, floating, disconnected islands. This is a strange, profound, and wondrous thought. The river of time is not one single, tidy river. It is a vast, complex delta of local streams. And if now is not absolute, what about the river itself? What if the flow is not absolute? If the speed of time is not the same for everyone? What if the river can stretch? We imagine time as a steady, rigid thing, a great cosmic ruler measuring out our lives. We think that 1 second for you resting here is the exact same second for a traveler, or for a distant star. We think the tick-tock of the universe is universal, a perfect, steady, unchanging beat, a single, shared metronome for all things. But this too is just a feeling, a human intuition. The universe, in its deep and silent wisdom, is much stranger and much more flexible. The river of time is not a rigid ruler. It is not a straight, perfect, unchanging line. It is elastic. It is a soft, pliable, stretchable fabric. It can be pulled. It can be compressed. It can be warped. The river of time does not flow at the same speed for everyone, in every place. This is one of the most profound and proven truths we have ever discovered. What can stretch this elastic? What can slow this river? 2 things. The first is moving very, very fast. If you were on a ship racing at almost the speed of light, your arriver would slow down. Your no would stretch. Your personal clock, your breath, your heartbeat, your very thoughts would all run slower compared to the person you left behind. The second thing is being near something heavy. Truly, unimaginably heavy. Gravity is not just a pull. Gravity is the warping of this elastic. Gravity is the river bending and slowing down near a great, dense, silent star. The river runs a little slower, and near a black hole, a place of ultimate gravity, the river slows to a crawl. It becomes thick and heavy, like golden honey. If you could hover at the safe, quiet edge of one of these deep, cosmic wells, your no would stretch. Your 1 second might become 1,000 years for everyone else, far away in the faster parts of the river. This is not a guess. This is not a story. It is a physical truth. We measure it every day. The clocks on our fast, moving satellites high above the earth, where the river is just a tiny bit faster. They tick at a different rate than the clocks on the ground. They feel a different river. So, no is local, and the flow of now is personal. This leads to a strange, almost unbelievable, and deeply comforting idea. If time is a place, a thing that can be stretched and warped, what if it's a landscape? What if the past, present, and future all exist right now as a single, great, silent block? This leads to a strange, almost unbelievable, and deeply comforting idea. If now is local, and the speed of the river is personal, what if the river, the flow itself, is the real illusion? What if time doesn't pass us by? What if we are passing through it? Let's try a radical reframe. Let's explore a quiet. What if time is not a river at all? What if time is a landscape, a vast, silent, and solid landscape, a single, great, unchanging block? Imagine it. Everything that has ever happened and everything that ever will happen, all of it coexists. It is all just there, laid out, finished, permanent. In this strange, new view, the past is not gone. It is not destroyed. It is not a museum of ghosts. It is simply a place, a country you have already visited, your childhood room, the day you first saw the ocean, that difficult conversation. They are all still there in the landscape. They are a part of the geography. You have just walked past them. And the future. It is not an unmade, foggy, terrifying nothing. It too is a part of this landscape. It is a country just up ahead, over the hill. It's a city you haven't arrived at yet. It is unseen. But it is not unmade. It is just there, waiting. So, if this is true, if the landscape is fixed and permanent, and all of it exists, what is now? What is this powerful, insistent feeling of time passing? It is not the landscape that is moving. It is us, our consciousness, our awareness, the feeling of you. It is a spotlight, a single, small, warm beam of light shining on this vast, dark, and silent landscape. And this spotlight is moving. It is moving steadily in one direction. It is illuminating one single slice of the landscape at a time, the slice that the light just left. That is the past. It slips back into the quiet, permanent dark. The slice that the light is about to hit, that is the future, waiting just beyond the beam, and the slice that is bathed for one shining, brilliant instant in the warm, clear light that is now. In this view, every moment of your life is not lost. It is not an echo. It is a permanent, real, solid place in the cosmos. A place you can't visit, but a place that is. But this leaves us with a familiar question. Why? If this great, frozen landscape of time is real, why must our spotlight move? And why? Why does it only move forward? So we are left with two beautiful, conflicting pictures. One is the block, the silent, frozen, solid landscape of all of time. The past, the present, and the future, all existing at once, like a vast, unchanging geography. The other is the river, the powerful, insistent, unstoppable feeling of time. The glass shattering, the ink mixing, the tea cooling, the great, irreversible flow toward messy. How can both be true? How can the landscape be frozen if we feel it flowing? The answer, perhaps, is that the spotlight, the now, is not just a magical, floating beam of light. The spotlight is us. It is our consciousness. And our consciousness is not separate from our bodies. The spotlight is our physical, living, breathing selves. And what did we learn about our bodies? They are not static things. They are processes. In the river, they are surfers on the wave. They are tiny, warm, complex engines that must obey the great cosmic law. They must take in orderly energy, and they must release disorderly energy. This process, this unfolding, is the arrow of time. So, even if that great, silent, frozen landscape exists, it is not a park we can wander through freely. It is not a country we can explore in any direction. It is a landscape, with a track, a one-way track, the past end of this great silent block. That is the low entropy end. That is the wound up clock. That is the clean room. That is the whole glass, the future end of this block. That is the high entropy end. That is the unwound clock. That is the messy room. That is the shattered glass. The entire four-dimensional landscape of time is arranged according to the great smoothing, and our bodies, our entropy surfing bodies. We are like a train locked onto that one single track. We can only move from low to high. We can only move from clean to messy. It is the only direction our physical bodies can function, the only direction the fire of life can burn. The spotlight of our awareness must move forward, because forward is the only direction that physics allows for a living, breathing, unfolding thing. The river we feel is the track that guides our spotlight across the landscape we are. The feeling of no is just the feeling of our engines running as we travel this pre-set one-way cosmic road. Our journey, then, is a ride along this arrow, from the great orderly beginning toward the great messy end. What does that end look like? What happens far, far ahead on this track when the smoothing is finished? Our journey, then, is on this one-way track. Our spotlight of consciousness is moving along the great unfolding arrow. We are moving away from the orderly beginning, and we must be moving toward an orderly end. What is the end of this journey? What happens when the great smoothing is finished? Let's use our gentle metaphor, the hot cup of tea in the cool room. Right now, our universe is still young. It is still full of hot cups. Every star in the night sky, every single distant, brilliant point of light is a hot cup of tea. It is a place of concentrated, orderly energy. And every star is, right now, doing the same thing. It is sharing its warmth. It is smoothing itself, pouring its energy out into the great, cool, quiet room of empty space. This is the universe we know. It is full of this activity. It is full of this flow. But the cooling, it has only just begun. To see the end, we must let our minds drift far, far into the deep, deep future. Let's travel forward on the track, past any number we can imagine. Trillions of years, trillions and trillions more. An ocean of time so vast that our own entire human story is less than a single drop in this deep, dark future. The universe has changed. The great, starry nurseries, the clouds of gas that make new stars, they have grown thin and cold. Fewer and fewer new, hot cups are being made, and the old ones, the ones that lit our ancient sky, they have finished their sharing. One by one, over the uns, they have cooled. The great golden and blue lights have faded to red. The red, dim lights have faded to cold, dark cinders. The universe has grown darker, quieter. The great, cool room of space has gotten bigger and cooler and darker. But let's imagine one is left, the very last one, the final, stubborn, glowing ember, the last hot cup in the entire vast cosmic room, a tiny, dim, red star holding the last little bit of concentrated energy in the cosmos. It, too, must obey the law. It, too, must share. It cannot hold its warmth forever. It begins its final, slow, gentle release. The last drop of concentrated energy finally home clenches. It spreads out. It relaxes. It gives its last faint rosy glow. To the endless, waiting, gentle dark, the final ember fades. The last warm thing is gone. The great smoothing is complete. The last hot place has finally perfectly balanced with the cool. What is left? The last hot cup has cooled. The last ember has faded. The final, gentle breath of warmth has been given and received by the endless, quiet dark. And so, what is left? What is this state? After the long, long journey is over, let's return to our metaphors. The drop of ink in the glass of water. It is no longer a cloud. It is no longer a storm. It is finished. It has mixed so perfectly, so completely, that the water is now one single uniform, pale gray. You cannot point to the ink, and you cannot point to the water. They have become a new, single, balanced thing. The smoothing is complete. The shattered glass. It is no longer a pile of shards. After trillions and trillions of years, even those shards have unfolded. They have become dust. And that dust has spread so far, so wide, so evenly, that it is just part of the landscape. You cannot even tell a glass was ever there. The messy pile has been smoothed into the floor. The messy room is no longer messy. It is a state of perfect uniformity. This is the end state of the cosmos. It is not a violent, scary, cold void. It is a place of ultimate peace. Imagine a stillness so profound. That stillness is not a strong enough word. It is a silence where no sound has ever been. It is a darkness where no light has ever shone. A perfect, velvety, gentle, uniform nothing. There is no cold. There is only one temperature. There is no movement. There is no change. Nothing happens, because for anything to happen, for a glass to fall or a thought to form, you need a difference. You need a hot place and a cold place. You need an orderly thing and a messy thing. But now, everything is the same. The universe has found its balance. It has relaxed fully into the state of maximum messiness, which it turns out is also the state of maximum peace. The great long cosmic sigh is over. The universe is at rest. But this perfect, eternal, unchanging is-ness. It leaves us with one final, wondrous question. We said the flow of energy from hot to cold is the river. That flow is what creates the arrow of time. So, what happens when the flow stops? What happens to the river when it has finally fully met the ocean? We said the river is real. We said its current, its powerful, one-way flow, comes from the great cosmic downhill. Energy must flow from the high places, the hot, to the low places, the cold, empty, spread out valleys of space. This flow, this unfolding, this is the arrow of time. This is what creates our sense of forward. But now, we have drifted to the end of that journey. In that deep, dark, peaceful future, the work is done. The smoothing is complete. There are no more high places. There are no more low places. The great cosmic landscape is now perfectly and absolutely flat. The river has reached the ocean. Think of this. A river is its movement. It is defined by its journey from the high ground to the low. It is a process, a flow. But when that river, after its long, winding journey, finally pours into the great, wide, endless sea. Its journey is over. The water stops flowing. It merges. It joins. It becomes the ocean. And the ocean is level. It has no downhill to flow to. It is the end of the flow. This is the end of the arrow of time. If our sense of forward is nothing but the process of smoothing, what happens when there is nothing left to smooth? If time is the sound of the clock unwinding, what happens when the spring is, at last, fully unwound? The ticking must stop. If time is the act of the glass shattering, what happens when it is already dust? If time is the act of the tea cooling, what happens when it is already lukewarm? If time is the act of the ink mixing, what happens when it is already gray? In this final, perfect, uniform, and unchanging peace, nothing happens. There is no event. There is no change. There is no before and no after. So, does time stop, or does it, perhaps, just dissolve? Does the very idea of forward and backward simply fade away like a word that no longer has a meaning? Does the arrow, this great guiding cosmic law, just gently and quietly disappear? Its long, grand work, finally and truly done. The river has become the ocean, and in the ocean there is no flow. There is only a great and silent and eternal stillness. Let's drift into this space. After this final, vast, and silent ocean, the river is gone, the flow has stopped, and so the arrow of time, the great guiding cosmic rule that is the flow, it just gently and quietly dissolves. It fades away, not because it is broken, but because it is unneeded. Its long, grand work is done. The word forward. What does it mean now? Forward was the direction of the flow. It was the direction of unfolding. But everything is unfolded. It was the direction of cooling. But everything is lukewarm. Forward was a word for a journey, and the journey is over. The word backward. What does it mean? Backward was a word for the past, the orderly state, the wound-up clock. But that state is gone, dissolved into the great gray uniformity. There is no order to return to. Forward and backward. They are like two words from an ancient, forgotten language. Words that described uphill and downhill in a new, perfectly flat and eternal land. They have no meaning here. They are the ghosts of a process that has found its rest. This is the ultimate quiet, not just the absence of sound, but the absence of change, the absence of anything happening. No light moves, no heat flows, no clock ticks, because the spring is unwound and there is no one left to wind it. No mind thinks, because the eddy of life requires a flow and the river is still. It is a silence of eternities, a perfect, total, and profound stillness. And in this stillness, there is no void. There is only balance. The universe, after its long, long trillions of years sigh, has finally and fully exhaled. It is, at last, relaxed. This is the final destination, the end of the track. This is the great, calm, level ocean at the end of the arrow's long, long flight. This is the universe, in a state of perfect, timeless, endless peace. But what is the meaning of this for us? For we who are not at the end, for us who are on the river right now. If this one-way, irreversible flow is our destiny, What comfort can we find in it? What freedom does this unbreakable arrow give to us tonight? We are on this river. We are on this one-way journey, and this great, irreversible arrow. It is not just a cosmic curiosity. It is not just a story about stars and ink. It is a profound and gentle kindness. It is a tool for release. Because so often, we do not feel like we are on a raft moving forward. We feel stuck. We lie awake, and our minds do not drift. They anchor. We anchor ourselves in the past. We leave our safe, small raft of now, and we travel back. We go back into that silent, mental museum. We walk the dark, familiar halls, and we find one exhibit, one painting, a moment of regret, a word we wish we could unsay, a choice we wish we could unmake. We stand in front of it. We stare at it. We press our hands against the glass. We try, with all our might, to climb inside that painting, to change that one brushstroke, to warn the person in the picture. We feel, in this prison of the past, we feel defined by it, but the universe, the great, grand, physical law of the cosmos, is telling you something profound. You cannot go back, and this is not a punishment. It is not a curse. It is a law. It is a release. You cannot go back, for the very same reason that the shattered glass cannot unshatter. You cannot unsay the word, for the very same reason that the mixed ink cannot unmix. You cannot redo the moment, for the very same reason that the lukewarm tea cannot, all by itself, become hot again. The arrow of time, the great cosmic smoothing, has already taken that moment. It has already broken it down. It has already mixed it. It has already cooled it. The past is not a place you are trapped in. It is a fossil. It is a record. It is a trace of a moment that is no longer real. Its energy has already unfolded. The universe, in its deep, impersonal, and profound wisdom, gives you permission to let go. You are not meant to go back. You are not meant to fix it. You are not physically able to. The river itself has already carried you away. The law is not a prison. The law is a pardon. The law is the release. The past is truly, physically, gone. It has dissolved, and the river, right now, is carrying you even further away, into the gentle, cleansing, silent flow. So, this is the great kindness. We think we are the curators of that vast, silent museum. We feel this heavy, personal responsibility. We walk its halls at night, polishing the frames of our joys, and dusting the dark, heavy statues of our regrets. We feel we must guard this place. We feel we are in this place, but we are not. We are not the curators. We are not trapped in the building. We are on the raft, and the museum, it is on the shore. The arrow of time, the great cosmic river, is a current, and it is, right now, gently but irreversibly carrying you away from that shore. You can look back. You can see the grand, familiar building. You can see it growing smaller. You can see the details, the sharp edges, beginning to soften in the distance. The mist of time is rising. This is the release. The river is carrying you away. It is carrying you away from every moment of the past. It is not selective. It does not just carry you away from the happy days. It is, with the same steady, gentle, and impersonal force, carrying you away from the moment of your deepest pain. It is carrying you away from the word you wish you could take back. It is carrying you away from the mistake that keeps you awake. It is carrying you away from the person you used to be. The river is a great, slow, cleansing forgetting. It is the universe's way of saying, that part is done. That energy has unfolded. That glass has shattered. That story has been told. You are not designed to go back. Your very body, your mind, your eddy in the flow is designed by the most fundamental law of the cosmos to move away from what was. The arrow of time is not a prison forcing you forward. It is a liberation releasing you from behind. It is a profound, cosmic permission to let go. You do not have to hold on to the past. You do not have to fight it. You do not have to fix it. You only have to drift. The river is doing the work. The great, smoothing, unfolding law of the cosmos is already separating you from it. And so, you can turn around. You can stop looking back at the museum on the shrinking shore. You can, at last, turn your gaze to where the raft is actually pointing forward, into that soft, white, silent fog. So, we let go. We release the museum. We let the great, kind river carry us away from the shore of was. We are free from the past, and so, we turn. We turn our gaze forward on our small, safe raft. We face the fog. This is the other place we get stuck. This is the other great illusion that holds us. We call it worry. We call it planning. We call it anxiety. It is the act of living in the fog. We stare into that soft, white, silent, formless mist, and we try to see shapes. We insist on seeing shapes. We build great, detailed, heavy castles of what if. We create monsters. We build bridges. We run through endless, detailed stories of moments that have not happened. We are living, with all our hearts, in a place that does not exist. But what is this tomorrow that we worry about? Let's use the great cosmic law. Let's use the arrow of time. The arrow of time says that forward is the direction of unfolding. So, what is the future? The future is the unshattered glass. It is the glass sitting whole and perfect and silent on the table. The future is the unmixed ink. It is the perfect single dark drop before it has touched the water. The future is the hot cup of tea. It is the state of order before the smoothing has begun. Anxiety is the act of staring at that whole glass and living in the terror of the sound of it breaking. It is staring at the hot tea and already feeling the cold. But it has not happened. The glass is not broken. The tea is not cold. The ink is not mixed. The future is just potential. It is a state of order that has not yet begun its journey into messy, and because it is not real, it has no power. It has no substance. The fog cannot touch you. The fog cannot harm you. The fog is just fog. It is a blank, white, empty canvas. It is a story that has not been written, and you are not in the fog. You cannot be. The laws of physics prevent it. The past is a ghost, already dissolved. The future is an illusion, not yet formed. They are two great, powerful, unreal places. So, where are you? If you are not in the museum, and you are not in the fog, where, then, is this one single, real place that you can ever and only be? We are not in the museum. We are not in the fog. The great cosmic arrow of time, this profound physical law of the universe, is a liberation. It frees us. It has already dissolved the past. It has placed the museum on a distant, fading shore. The ink is mixed. The glass is shattered. It is untouchable. You are released from its grip. It is not your prison, and the arrow of time, it has not yet created the future. The fog is just fog. It is potential. It is the unshattered glass. It is unreal. It has no power. You are released from its demands. So, where are you? If you are not in the ghost world of what was, and you are not in the dream world of what if, where is the one single real place? You are here. You are on the raft. You are in the one single floating moment, where the river is actually touching you. This is the only place you can ever be. This is the only moment that has ever, or will ever, truly exist for you. This is the know, the arrow of time. It is a great cosmic mechanism that forces you into safety. It is a law that prevents you from living in the unreal past. It is a law that prevents you from living in the unreal future. It corrals you, gently but absolutely, into the only place that is real. It is a mechanism that anchors you. Right here, in the simple, quiet, physical truth of this moment. The gentle stillness of the air in your room. The simple, steady, real weight of the blanket. The soft, cool, real feeling of the pillow. The easy, slow, real rhythm of your own breath, rising and falling. This is your home. This is your island. This is the only place you have to be. You do not have to fix the past. The universe has already dissolved it. You do not have to solve the future. The universe has not yet built it. Your only task, your only work in this one real moment, is to be in it, to float, to rest, to be on the raft. This is the great, gentle, final permission of the cosmos. All your productivity, all your worry, all your regret, they are stories about places that are not here. You are here, in this one, single, safe, floating, now, and in this, now, there is nothing to do. Nothing, except to drift, and to let this great, unfolding river carry you. You are here, in this one, single, safe, floating moment. You are on the raft. But let's go one step further. One last gentle, wondrous step. You are not on the raft. You are not just a passenger on the river. You are the river. You are not just watching the unfolding. You are the unfolding. Your body, this warm, breathing, living thing, is not a thing at all. It is a wave. It is a pattern. It is a momentary, beautiful, complex expression of this one great cosmic law, the great smoothing. It is not something that is happening to you. It is happening as you think of your day, that feeling of being awake, of being productive, of thinking and doing and creating order. That is the eddy at its peak. That is the swirl at its most complex and beautiful and fast. It is the wave rising to its full, wonderful height. It is your personal, tidy corner, being actively and beautifully built. It is a state of wonderful, creative living. Tension, but the wave cannot stay at its peak forever. The eddy cannot swirl at that speed forever. And so, you feel this feeling right now. The feeling of tiredness. This feeling is not a weakness. It is not a failure. It is not a sign that you are broken. This feeling is the most natural, necessary, and cosmic feeling in the world. It is the eddy, beginning to slow. It is the wave, beginning to soften. It is the swirl, beginning to release its tight, complex pattern. It is your body, your process, your fire, gently and wisely signaling that it is time to stop building and to just be. It is time to let the tidy corner rest. And this wonderful, heavy, gentle pull, this act of falling asleep, this is you personally and physiologically joining the great cosmic smoothing. It is the act of letting go of the complex eddy of your waking thoughts. It is the act of dissolving the tension of the day. It is you, your own hot cup, your own warm body, willingly and peacefully sharing your energy. It is you personally joining the great, slow, cosmic exhale. Sleep is not a pause in your life. It is you agreeing with the universe. It is you obeying the arrow. It is the most profound, simple, and relaxing law of the cosmos happening as you. If this is all true, if the universe is unfolding, and we are the wave, what is the purpose of the arrow? We live in a world that constantly asks for purpose. We, especially, feel the need for our time to be used, our energy to be spent on a goal. If we are to surrender to the flow, we must know what the flow is for. Here is the most comforting philosophical thought that the arrow of time offers us. The universe is not a machine. It is not building something vast and complicated. It is not marching toward a difficult, ordered goal. The universe is a process of relaxation. The journey from wound up clock to unwound clock is not a journey of destruction. It is a journey toward ease. It is the path from tension to balance. Think of the beginning. That single, perfect, impossibly tiny point of concentrated energy. That was a state of ultimate tension. All the energy of everything coiled up, tight, waiting to be released. That tension was the initial state of order. And the journey of the arrow of time is simply the release of that tension. It is the long, slow, inevitable migration from high energy, tense states to low energy, relaxed states. The purpose of the river, then, is to level the ground, to turn the high, sharp mountains of concentrated energy into the wide, low, flat plains of universal balance. The arrow of time is the direction of the exhale. It is the long, deep, quiet sigh of the cosmos, and your own body, right now, is mimicking this grand design. You are moving, right now, from the tense, concentrated order of your waking life, all those swirling, fast, moving thoughts and plans, into the soft, low, slow, simple order of sleep. You are moving from a state of doing to a state of being. As you rest here, feel the rhythm of your own breath, the slow, gentle, controlled release, the long, soft breath out. Your gentle exhale is echoing the greatest story of the cosmos. The fundamental physics of the universe is mirrored in the simple act of your own body letting go of the day. Your own relaxation is not a passive thing. It is participation in the grand, universal purpose. Your surrender to sleep is an act of profound, cosmic obedience. You are not fighting the purpose of time. You are fulfilling it. The highest purpose of the arrow is rest. Now, feel this truth in your bones. The river is safe. We often fear the current. We worry about where the flow is taking us. We think we need to fight it, to steer, to struggle to reach a specific point on the distant shore. This anxiety, this need to control, is what keeps us awake. It is the eddy, spinning too fast. But remember the arrow of time. It is not a violent flood. It is a gentle, steady, and irreversible current. It only flows in one direction forward. This means there are no sudden shocks. There are no sudden reversals. The law of the universe is not chaos, it is predictability. The unfolding will not suddenly turn back into a furious, sudden coiling. The tea will not spontaneously heat up. The clock will not randomly rewind itself. You are on a raft carried by the most constant, reliable force in all of creation. It is the law of the cosmos that ensures this journey is steady. You are held by a current so vast and so certain that it cannot, by its very nature, betray you. You are safe here. You are anchored by the simple, beautiful fact of physics. And as you rest here, as you sink deeper into this certainty, the river is doing something profoundly kind for your mind. Look at your worries. Look at those final, swirling thoughts that keep trying to gather themselves into a tense, hard knot. The list of things to do tomorrow. The small, sharp regret from the day. The question that has no answer. They are all just small, frantic eddies in the water right around your raft. The great, slow current of the arrow of time is carrying them away. Feel them dissolving. Feel the small, tight, orderly worry, that highly concentrated point of energy, as it is gently, steadily, and irreversibly mixed into the great, wide, gray water of the past. It is becoming disorderly. It is smoothing out. It is becoming part of the flow. Every single thought that tries to hold on to you is being carried downstream. It is being broken down, diffused, and softened by the current. You don't have to push them away. You don't have to solve them. You don't have to fight them. Your only task is to recognize that they are not you. They are just debris. And the river is a great, powerful mechanism of detachment. Just let the flow take them. Let the current pull them further and further from your awareness. The worries are simply unfolding, fulfilling the law of the cosmos. You are safe. The current is gentle. All is well. All that is left to do now is to embrace the final, simple act of surrender. To let the great, kind law of the universe finally take you. And so, here we are. At the end of our journey, but right at the beginning of your rest. The final, beautiful conclusion of the arrow of time is this. You do not need to paddle. You have spent the day steering, planning, and worrying. You have worked hard to create your tidy corner, to maintain your intricate, warm eddy in the flow. That work is finished. That productivity is complete. The energy has been spent. Now you are being carried. The great, wide, powerful, and gentle current is moving you. It is moving the planet. It is moving the stars. And it is moving you. This is the law. This is the truth. There is nothing to hold on to. There is nothing to resist. There is no need to steer the raft toward morning, because the arrow of time has already set the course. The river is already taking you there. The flow is guaranteed. Your only task now is to simply release your grip. You have been looking outward, into the cosmos to understand the flow. Now, look inward to the quiet, steady rhythm of your own breath. That gentle, physical unfolding, that gentle sharing of warmth and energy. That is the final signal. Sleep is not a state of doing. It is a state of surrender. It is the ultimate act of obedience to the most fundamental law of the universe. The cosmos demands that concentrated order must, eventually, spread out and relax. Your waking mind is highly ordered. Your sleep is the beautiful, necessary process of that order softening, letting go, and spreading out into the deep, quiet comfort of the night. You are simply fulfilling the destiny of all things. You are joining the great smoothing. Let the final thoughts, the last fragments of the day's eddy, slowly unwind and dissipate. Do not try to hold them. Do not try to sort them. Just let them dissolve into the great, gray, silent water of the past. The river will carry them away. Your body is warm. The current is gentle. The flow is irreversible. You are safe. You are carried. You are moving forward. There is nothing more required of you. Just let go. Just drift. Just flow. Now, sleep.